What's good, everybody? It's your boy WXG the Doria coming at you again with another AEW review on time for the first time in a minute. And yes, hopefully I got people viewing this time. The last one I dropped, I literally posted 2 days later and got no fucking views. So listen, Pete Gang, we are at the anniversary show of AEW. And in honor of such a milestone, I've decided we're going to do this thing old school style. What it means, we're going to do this shit here, raw, uncut, unedited. Same way it was a year ago when I first got back in, when I got deep into the channel, when I got into doing reviews for professional wrestling, and when AEW was coming on the rocks. So, with that said, we're going to get this thing on and popping because we start out with a nice tag match. I'm talking about FTW, the AEW World Tag Team Champions, going up against the Best Friends in a feud that storyline wise has been going on for over several months now, with Best Friends chasing down, several weeks, Best Friends chasing down FTR, trying to get their hands on some gold, especially after that banger of a parking lot brawl they had with Proud and Powerful. But them FTR boys, they've been ducking and dodging and trying to keep out of harm's way. But that does not take away from the way that they win this match, because I ain't gonna lie, this was the best FTR match in company. I feel like I said that before with another match. I believe it was with SCU. This is better than that from a story-wise perspective, because I'm not saying that because it's, mano a mano. I'm talking about this is FTR looking as dominant as possible. Yes, they still pull some heel shit, but the chemistry, the flow, the moves, the combos on their ends, plus with Best Friends being the white meat baby faces, the toughest nails, crazy fucks that they are, ready to push their bodies to the limit to progress themselves through the crazy stacked AEW tag division, to finally come at these guys and cut it damn close. It was very fucking impressive. Very fucking impressive. But this is not one where I'm going to praise the opponents, because this is really a great match for FTR, like I said. Their combinations, the big moves they're busting out, the majority ruling control they had. Obviously, Totally there was great as a manager, doing heel tricks, trying to pull back some of their recent greatest hits with the way they were trying to get the win. But at the end of the day, when you're a heel champion, there's usually one way you want to end the match against a particularly difficult tag team. And while my boy Chuck T was putting in that work and easily could have closed it down, he got clocked by that belt, and that was it. 1, 2, 3. What's gonna work is that not only did Rick see it coming, unfortunately, because his bitch ass ducked down because he ain't want to get touched, because he thought it was going to be avoided, he did not witness the clocking, which is definitely going to be a storyline issue to come forward. But, oh my God. It could have been good. It really could have been good. But as far as the match goes, in-ring action, story building, the majority smoothness of it all, I got to say this was definitely a B+ match. I definitely enjoyed myself. It was nice. Thing about it is that there was one particular moment which led to me knowing the next storyline going forward with the Best Friends. As in the fight, Chuck T ran into Kip Sabian's precious arcade cabinet. And first of all, what you don't do to a game is destroy his hardware. You suffer greatly. In this case, the new nerd standard, Miro, had to come out here and at the end, after such a grueling, hard-fought match, put Trent and Chuck out of commission. Well, just beat the fuck out of him for a little bit. And let him know it's game over. You broke Miro's shit. And this is what you get. But they weren't even done, because they had an enhancement match afterwards going up against Big Shot, Lee Johnson, and Sean Muda of the Anawahi clan. Anawahi clan. Who, not your night, big fella. It was quick and out of there. It did exactly what it did. But you know what? Them's the breaks, kids. Them's the breaks. Now then, tonight we have a big main event, and we don't get to it before the opposition starts. I'm talking about we go backstage and see the Murder Hawk Monster putting Texas-sized hands on that boy John Moxley, and Mox is getting his ass whipped early on. I'm like, God damn, it's cool. It's cool. Because all throughout the night, they're going to go back at it. They're going to go back and forth, and they are literally unstable. This, unfortunately, should have been in front of a much bigger crowd. Another disappointing realization of this year. Sucks. But following the beginning quarter of Dynamite, we go into an interview segment between Britt Baker and Tony Schiavone and Britt Baker, where she's basically addressing her comeback and how it's going to be this epic thing about and how when you're the baddest bitch, you basically run the place. Her being one of the biggest draws as far as AEW's women's division goes isn't necessarily. I believe I talked about it recently about how she is most certainly one of the 4 pillars of AEW's women's division right now. One of the most solid 3 is the champion. I believe is currently not of pillar level. I'm sorry, that's just me. But next we go into what was after? I believe that we had MJF coming into the ring where he makes his major announcement, calls out Jericho, comes out the inner circle. He finally got Sammy Guevara's jacket, way too big, get break. And then after flattering and jacking Jericho, he basically got to the point saying, I want to be in the inner circle. But before I do, we got to face it because we've never come into contact because we are predators. We are the best draws, ratings, and otherwise in this company. And honestly, if we came together, we'd be unstoppable. So next week, we are going to have a one-on-one steak dinner. That's right. These men are having steak dinners. Now, I heard this. First of all, this was mildly entertaining. I laughed my ass off. The chemistry between Jericho and MJF is amazing. Sammy, I'm sorry, but you gotta watch out, Bubba. I don't think you're gonna make it through this. Following that, because it was entertaining, it's time for the TNT Championship match. So, this match, comparing it to that dog collar match, it told quite the unique story. Cody coming back, resuming the challenge that he gives, is going to be against Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy getting his second opportunity to TNT Championship in about 3 weeks' time. Don't mind me, it's late as hell. And the story going into it that it seems like Cassidy is going back to his normal routine of trying to get into that of his opponents, but this is Cody. Cody doesn't want none of that shit. You think you're gonna be trying to get in my head? All right, cool. I'm gonna get you serious on Jump Street, and from there it fucking goes crazy. Now then, on top of the fact that this is the first time that I know of, Orange Cassidy has actually done a collar and elbow lockup. Like, bruh. That would have been so much more epic in front of people. Like, again, this is just another reminder of how trash this year is. But, showing that, really watching these two go back at it, Cass is great. Cass, I fucks with, but honestly, I feel he's out of his league going up against Cody. And that's only to say, not only do I have a hard time seeing Cass taking out Cody, I did not feel it in the ring. I'm sorry. I love both of these guys. Cody Rhodes is like one of my favorite guys in all of professional wrestling right now. And I don't know. I think maybe this match might have gone too long. I feel like they were trying to weave a deep story. But really all it comes down to is the end, where Cass finally getting the upper hand over Cody Rhodes, misses it by a second. Literally, time runs out. One of the few time limit draws in AEW. And I like that they have this. I like that they don't use it too much. It hasn't been abused. But this is also a very big problem. How can you go from Mr. Brotherly destroying Cassidy to Cody fucking going at it in a crazy, ridiculous match against against Brody Lee, only to come up and find himself on the struggling end of Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy is great. Orange Cassidy is huge, star power wise, but this might have been too big a move. Now, they could have been like a Darby Allin situation, who goes against bigger, heavier guys on a regular, who he comes out on top of, and amazingly so. I just don't get the same energy from Cass. Cass, a AEW favorite. I'm just not. Cody's not the one that I see him taking the belt from. So I wish they would have held off on putting Cass in it. But like I said, this match comes to a time limit draw, and we're looking to set up in 2 weeks' time to have another go ahead. How do I feel about it? It was average. It was average. There were times where I was entertained, but I just didn't feel it. But it was not bad enough for me to say it was down in the C's. No, not even a B minus. It was satiable. It gave me time. Whatever. After that, we learned more. So the final contenders in the AEW World Championship contenders match, we're gonna have Heyman Page, Kenny Omega, Jungle Boy, Phoenix, Wardlow, Joey Janela, Penta El Zero, and Colt Cabana. Now this is interesting because Kenny and Page are on opposite ends. That's fine. The first round matches are going to be as followed: Phoenix going up against Penta, Kenny versus Joey. So we got a Dynamite rematch. We got a Dark rematch. We're gonna have Colt versus Page, and then Wardlow versus Jungle Boy. This is interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock my predictions out right now. The way I see it going, I see Penta beating Ray. No, that one is the hardest one to think of, because both men have history with Omega. Last I checked, Omega is still the AAA Mega Campeón, as far as I recall. So that's him and Ray's thing from AAA. But Penta and Kenny, I don't believe got a real decisive end to their match at All Out. So which one matters more? Penta and Kenny, or Phoenix and Kenny? Well, and for the sake of prediction, I'm gonna go Penta to get the win, which will also eventually lead to the continuation of the Lucha Brothers feud. Which honestly, I'm not out to think about it and give it some time. I kind of want them to break up, if only to get them away from the stigma of being a tag team, because they both individually are fucking amazing. Penta, solid, hard hitting, charismatic. Ray, agile, high flying, exciting. Just saying. But I got Penta going for the win. Joey and Kenny, not even a question. I'm going for Kenny to pull the win out. Page and Colt Cabana. I'm going with Page because there's one particular tale that they want to tell, and we still have not got real gratification from that. So Page to beat Colt. Next, then we got Wardlow versus Jungle Boy. Now this one is interesting. This is the one that I'm having the hardest time thinking about, only because Wardlow himself is priming up to be in AEW's burgeoning and oh my god. Whew. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about it. The AEW heavyweight division. You're like really looking to be ready to hit that scene hard as fucking. I'm ready for him to do it. But also we have Jungle Boy, who himself is becoming bigger in the company, and they have to establish their new stars and future stars, and he is most definitely a future star. That match, I will put more riding on it because it has to be a set of performers that are great. But who do I have to win? Who goes and gives Hangman the best match that he can. I gotta go Wardlow. I'm saying Wardlow for the win. Love Jungle, love him, but Wardlow himself is on a monstrous tear. I don't think he's taken a single L yet, and he is heavy. Yeah, he is heavy on dark. So I got Wardlow for that win. Going into the semifinals, Penta versus Kenny, Hangman versus Wardlow. Well, there can only be one, and honestly, I got Hangman and Kenny winning their respective matches because I can see the big blow off to the not only the team splitting, but who the better man is happening there. And then it's that final match. Who takes it home? Well, Kenny Omega versus Hangman Page. Kenny Omega, the best bout machine, the 7-star god. I am not going to lie. He takes the L on this one. He takes the L in this match. Hangman comes on top. Why do I say that? Because over this year's time, we took Hangman Page, who was viewed as an unexpected, unbelievable champion. I'm talking about All Out 2019. I mean, All Out 2019. Then we go with him and Kenny coming together to win the belts. And Hangman, for the longest time, carrying that team. Hangman's growth and popularity becoming great. Cowboy shit becoming a fucking movement. The story behind him and Kenny, and even the Bucks and the Elite. The betrayal. The search for redemption when really should be a search for self. And him really breaking out and standing out amongst anyone in the Elite. No person in the Elite has won the AEW World Championship. Cody Rhodes has only won the TNT Championship, not the World Championship. And when he had the opportunity, he failed. Not on his own, but still he failed. Well, boys and girls, this is exactly what's going to be needed to snap and break Kenny, to finally be the heel that he needs to be, to really be the ace of AEW. But now we got that settled, because I know y'all probably, that was like a very long-winded explanation into my predictions. So we got that going on. Then we finally get to the ladies match of the night, because I'm basically about to speed this up because I have nothing to say about this match. I am disappointed. And now this is where it starts hurting bad. The match was This is the AEW Women's World Championship match. And you give me on a night where all the gold was meant to be defended. You give these ladies less than 10 minutes? 10 minutes or less? It felt rushed. I didn't feel a story. I didn't feel this was a match that should have been built up to. It comes off as being a last-minute decision, and I don't like this. For the in-ring skills, for the in-ring match of what it was, that's all right. But this is a fucking C for me. I should give it a C fucking minus, but that would be doing too much. But this is where I have to draw the line. There is no excuse for this, for the AEW Women's Championship to be treated this way. I need more from the women. I do. And the fact that this is Big Swole having her title opportunity is something that I fucking would love any other day, except for this day, except for this way. It was terrible. I didn't like it. I didn't feel it. Let's just get the fuck on from that. So, also in between was mixed. Matt Hardy comes out. Matt Hardy came to talk about, the fact that he's 100% now, ready to rock and roll, ready to wrestle. And in the middle of that interview, there's someone on screen who goes around burning pictures of Matt Hardy, where it's revealed to be Sammy Guevara. It was me, Hardy. It was me all along. God, I love these jabs at WWE. Fuck y'all, this shit is great. I love meta humor. So, their feud is not over with. Hopefully, there will be much safer. It doesn't have to be so dangerous because you don't want Queen Rebecca coming in and getting on all your candy asses. But now it's time for the main event. And all I can say is that while I liked it, the first encounter was better. First of all, Eddie Kingston and his boys comes out. They come out to watch and do commentary. Fucking, they're utilizing the new entrance way, which when it was for Cody in the center entrance, it used to be Cody would climb up, ascend from the depths of the to come and scream the crowd. Now they actually have a doorway where it opens up and him and Brandi walks through front and center. That's nice because they utilize the fuck out of Lance Archer, who basically his music plays and we expect him to come out of the tunnel. Fuck no, he's coming straight through the middle, tossing somebody through that bitch and beating the fuck out of him. God damn it, I love me some Lance goddamn Archer. Then Mox comes out, and Lance ain't waiting. He's getting right to business. He wants gold. He wants to pin Mox. He wants to take back that L. And this goes the usual typical way of a Moxie match. Except just not as dangerous as I felt the New Japan match was. And it's sad that I have to compare it to because I want to like it, but I just could not. It did what it did. It was brutal. It was heavy. There was like some hard hits, hard slams. The usual. Nothing special. Nothing major. But Mox did pull the win. After I saw him hit the paradigm shift, then go into the Bulldog lock and not get the win. I'm like, could they really be pulling the trigger on giving my boy Lance this gold? Could this be it? Only for him to get screwed up over a pin reversal into the 1, 2s, and 3s. Oh, my boy was upset. He was destroyed. He couldn't believe it. He didn't get beaten. He outmaneuvered. And maneuver seems to be his end. Back to the drawing board, my boy, but not before beating up on one Jonathan Moxley. But that's where we get like a slight swerve, where Eddie Kingston's boys come out. They help Moxley, whatever the fuck they want to call help, and we are told, Eddie's on the ring. He's like, "Hey, we go way back, Back in Philly where we used to drink at our favorite place, we used to tour together, we used to be boys. Hey, this is your champ. Show him respect. That was a hard ass match. Respect." I'm like, okay, cool, fuck it. We getting the men's, we getting Barry's being mended, we getting them boys actually, unifying everything. I'm down. Only for Eddie. Eddie just hit that spinning back fist. And they basically just put us like hurting on Mox. He chokes him out. So now we're going into Moxley and Kingston probably is going to be going up to full gear. I like it. I'm going to enjoy it. But as far as where that match went, I'm going to also give it a solid B. I wasn't too excited about it too particular. I mean, I was amped for the work to go in, but I feel their first New Japan encounter for the NJPW United States Heavyweight Championship was way more interesting, way harder hitting, way more brutal. But you know what? In these unprecedented times, I don't trip. So how do I grade it tonight? From the way y'all heard me, y'all would think I enjoyed it overall, and I would go ahead and give it something like, maybe a A- or a B+. Well, you're actually wrong. Dude, the in-ring matches were not enough. The fact that they had a squash match in where they could have gave that extra time to the women's match is a goddamn shame. They didn't even get a fucking a video package. You know what I mean? It was disappointing, and I'm going to give this a B-. For having an entire division be lackluster and interesting, at least on the main card end. Or for the women who should be on AEW Dynamite and not just Dark, this is very fucking disappointing. I get more story, more build in there. I get more women's matches in Dark. I wish there was some way we can get women more involved, but we do not. Also, I've realized I missed something. Because in between, there was a whole section with AEW tag teams. Basically, they did a lucky draw to find out who's gonna go into a fatal 4-way match. To the side of the more contenders for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, 4 teams are going to be Dark Order's John Silver and Alex Reynolds. We're going to have Private Party. We're going to have the Butcher and the Blade and the Young Bucks. Worry about the next time Young Bucks come in, they stare down FTR and then basically say, we just came here to kick them. And proceeds to try and super kick everybody before they start getting their asses jumped. They are being reckless and ridiculous and they're suffering for it. And that's basically it. Not only am I tired, but it also takes me a lot trying to remember this shit, and I feel like this is sloppy as fuck. I've come a long way from this, and I realize why I don't do it anymore. But it's finally enough. This gets me videos out immediately. So, for anybody that stuck around to watch the video, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I am having to go through major restructurings with my video recording and video production because I need to get myself out early. That was the goal, but I also have to find a system that gets me making my videos proper. So that's something I'm going to be dabbling on for quite a while. Work is getting even more hectic, so I'm going to try and avoid doing late-ass reviews like I did last week. Worst come to worst, I'm going to just try and work on other parts of the channel. I have to at this point. So with that said, thank you guys so fucking much for watching. If you stuck around to the end, thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe, hit me up. Talk to me, I talk back. And y'all have a good one. I'm about to go to sleep. I gotta wake up early for work. Peace.